My name is Sue Ran. At my best friend Lanlan's wedding, something happened. The bouquet was caught by a girl, then it bounced and landed in my arms. Everyone's eyes knowingly turned to my boyfriend Chin Nai. We'd been together for 8 years. Everyone knew. Marry her. Marry her. Bouquet in her hands, wife where she stands. The crowd pushed and shoved, jostling him in front of me. My face flushed. My heart pounded. I waited for him to say, "I'll marry you." But he just calmly took the bouquet from my hands. Turned, and handed it to the bridesmaid beside him. She caught it first. He ruffled my hair, his voice still gentle. "Be good. We'll wait for next time." The spotlight followed the flowers away. I watched that girl's surprised and shy expression. I smiled awkwardly. Chin Nai didn't know. There wouldn't be a next time. My wedding was next week. Chapter 2. Lanlan's face instantly darkened. I grabbed her hand before she could raise it. She turned to me. Her eyes were redder than mine. That woman did it on purpose. I told every bridesmaid, that bouquet was for you. Lanlan. I interrupted softly. The wedding isn't over yet. Everyone's attention had already moved on from us. Following the bouquet to that bridesmaid's face, Chi Shuyu. She held the flowers, gazing at Chin Nai with shimmering eyes. Chin Nai had already retreated to the edge of the crowd. The MC was experienced. A few jokes and the atmosphere warmed up again. Lanlan gritted her teeth and turned back to continue the ceremony. Throughout the reception, I sat at the head table. Accepting glances from all directions, some sympathetic, some curious. Chin Nai sat at another table, laughing and talking with his friends. Chi Shuyu sat right next to him. The distance had long passed what was proper for a secretary. She wasn't originally a bridesmaid. The groom's side had an extra groomsman, so they put her in. Chin Nai often brought her to various events. Said it was for experience. Even my best friend's wedding, he brought her along. During the toast, Lanlan hugged me tightly. She gritted her teeth in my ear, "That woman's been trying to get close to Chin Nai for 6 months. I had someone check her out, she's ruthless." Chin Nai, he. Lanlan, I patted her back, "You're the most beautiful bride today. Don't talk about that." She snorted and didn't say more. Chapter 3. The reception ended. Guests drifted away. Chin Nai finally walked over. "Ready to go?" He naturally took my handbag. His other hand moved to put around my shoulder. I shifted slightly, avoiding it. "You drank. I'll call a driver." He didn't mind. Just nodded. The car drove into the night. My face reflected dimly in the window. Perfect makeup couldn't hide the exhaustion in my eyes. "Today," he suddenly said, "Shuyu caught the bouquet first. She's young. Probably wanted some good luck. Giving it back to its original owner, don't take it to heart." I didn't respond. Just watched the neon lights blur past outside. He waited a moment. Then looked up from his phone. "Mad?" He leaned closer. "Didn't I say? Next time for sure." His fingers threaded through my hair, rubbed the back of my neck. Like soothing a fussy kitten. "Our wedding will definitely be better than Lanlan's. You can have as many bouquets as you want, A layer of bitterness spread through my heart. Always like this. Gentle words. Empty promises of next time. Then assuming everything should blow over. Chin Nai. I watched his reflection in the window. Lanlan and I made a vow when we were kids. My voice was calm. Whoever gets married first, the other can't wait more than a week. We'd wear each other's handmade dresses. Be the first to witness each other's happiness. The car went silent for a moment. His hand on my neck stopped. "Childhood jokes, and you still take them seriously." He laughed. His hand moved again, a bit dismissive. Things change. Hotels, schedules, plans, all need arranging months in advance. We'll plan carefully. Give you the perfect one. What's the rush? He didn't explain why he wouldn't promise to marry me publicly. He just jumped straight to how to plan a perfect wedding. I suddenly remembered, a month before Lanlan's wedding. She excitedly dragged me to try on the bridesmaid dress she'd designed. Champagne-colored tulle. Tiny pearls along the waist. When I put it on, Lanlan's eyes lit up. Then they reddened for no reason. Ran, you look amazing in this. I made it special for you. When you get married, I'll make you an even more beautiful wedding dress. Chin Nai was there too. He'd been looking down, answering work messages. He glanced up, smiled. Not bad. Then his eyes went back to the screen. Fingers flying. In that moment, alongside my happiness for Lanlan, I felt a sadness for my own 8-year relationship that had gone nowhere. Chapter 4. The car pulled into the neighborhood. Stopped. Chin Nai unbuckled his seatbelt. Seeming to think the conversation had resolved things, he naturally leaned over to kiss me. I raised my hand. Gently pressed against his shoulder. He froze. I'm tired, Chin Nai. He looked at me. Silent for a few seconds. Being a bridesmaid is tiring. Get some rest. Shuyu said she couldn't get a taxi. Young girl alone isn't safe. I'll go pick her up. Okay. My voice was flat. He didn't move immediately. Seemed to wait for me to remind him to be careful like usual. Or complain with a little hurt that he was going out so late. But I just opened the car door. Got out. Chapter 5. I closed the door and collapsed on the couch. After a long time, I got up and walked to the bedroom. Passing the nursery, I paused. We'd planned this room when we bought the house 4 years ago. No child now. Just clutter. I went inside. From the dusty crib, I pulled out a thick stack of things. Love letters he'd handwritten. Movie ticket stubs. Amusement park passes. Photos from our trips together. At the bottom, a picture from college graduation. He carried me on his back under the cherry blossom tree. I had my arms around his neck. My hair and the petals flying together. On the back, he'd scrawled, "Carry you forever. Promise." The weak living room light fell on those words. Cold. Like a silent mockery. From downstairs, the sound of a car entering the garage. I didn't move. Just listened. Keys in the lock. Deliberately soft footsteps. After a moment, the door creaked open. He stood there. Still awake. I didn't turn. Still crouched by the crib. Yeah. Why are you digging these out? His tone was light. Feeling nostalgic? I didn't answer his question. Just asked quietly, did she get home safe? He paused. Yeah. She lives far out. Hard to get a taxi. Oh. I lowered my head again, carefully stacking the photos back. It's late. Sleep. He reached out a hand to help me up. I didn't take it. Pushed myself up from my knees. My legs were numb. I swayed. Chin Nai. He paused. We're done. He stopped. Looked at me for 2 seconds. Then laughed. Loosened his tie. Still thinking about the bouquet? Don't be so sensitive. His tone was that helpless calming down a fussy child kind. Fine. Tomorrow I'll order you a bigger one. Okay. Go shower and sleep. Early meeting tomorrow. He turned toward the bathroom. Within a week. I spoke to his back. Quietly. I'm getting married. His hand on the bathroom door stopped. After a few seconds, he turned. The fake gentleness finally dropped from his face. Sue ran. Stop messing around. He rubbed his temples. Marriage is serious. Not something you decide on a whim. October 28th. I added. Hotel booked. Wedding dress chosen. He laughed coldly. Lon Lon put you up to this? She elopes and thinks everyone should rush like her. Sue ran. Wake up. Don't let her lead you astray. We've been together so many years. Chin Nai. I cut him off. The invitations go to print tomorrow. The muscles in his face twitched. Sue ran. You think this works? This just makes you look childish. Impossible. I'm at a critical point in my career. This distracts me. Messes up all my plans. You're that desperate to get married? His words hit like stones. Once, this attitude would have panicked me. Made me rush to explain. To back down. Now, my heart was just calm. His attention was expensive. It went to important projects. To his capable secretary. Late-night check-ins. Birthday surprises. Extra days for hot spring trips disguised as business. What was left for an old hand like me? Not much. I met his gaze. Nodded. Yes. All my friends are married. I want to get married too. I turned and walked into the bedroom. Chapter 6. On the nightstand was a fashion magazine from 6 months ago. The cover screamed, must read for future brides. The perfect 3-month wedding prep guide. I'd bought it excitedly. Flipped through a few pages. Then he said no rush and I never opened it again. In the dark, I stared at the blurry ceiling. My phone vibrated softly. Lon Lon. Asleep? Still pissed thinking about that woman's face. What's wrong with Chin Nai? What's wrong? Nothing, really. In this world, not every wait gets its flowers. She sent another long message. We promised our weddings would be within a week, remember? Who knew your guy would be so dense? Bouquet in your hands and he still doesn't get it. 8 years, not 8 months. Forget it. This once, I'll let you break your promise. My fingers paused. I typed back, girl. When have I ever broken a promise to you? Chapter 7. Chin Nai moved to the small apartment near his office. The one he used for late nights. My sudden marriage plans probably suffocated him. He went there for peace. Fine. We both needed space. I quietly handled everything. Listed our current apartment with a real estate agent. The afternoon I gave the keys to the agent, I was sorting through odds and ends at home. Found a project file stuck in an old magazine. Glanced at it. It was Chin Nai's current project. I hesitated. Then decided to take it to him. When I got there, his apartment door was closed. Muffled laughter and voices inside. More than one person. I raised my hand to knock. A familiar female voice rang out, sounding troubled. Chin, it's all my fault. First time catching a bouquet, no experience. The company group chat is going crazy. Several colleagues are asking if you and I. You have to clarify for me in the group. Otherwise, I'll be too embarrassed to show my face. My raised hand froze midair. Before Chin Nai could answer, one of his friends jumped in with a teasing laugh. Secretary Chi, you sure you want him to clarify? Or do you want him to say something else? Ambiguous laughter. Chi Shuyu whine stop it, but her voice held no real annoyance. Enough. Leave her alone. Chin Nai's voice came through, carrying a casual tolerance. Don't take it too seriously. People will forget in a while. People will forget. The words triggered a memory. I'd gone to his company once to help with odds and ends. He forgot where we were and naturally put his arm around my shoulder. A colleague saw. That afternoon, he casually clarified in the company group chat. Told everyone not to misunderstand. Focus on work. Back then, I understood. To avoid gossip, I stopped going to his company. My fingers felt cold. Maybe it was never office relationships he minded. But, being seen with me. A woman with nothing to offer his career. Another friend asked curiously. Speaking of which, Nai, how'd you handle Sue Ran? I got her wedding invitation this morning. So sudden. A brief silence. Chin Nai laughed softly. No warmth. Let her do what she wants. Small things, I indulge her. Fine. But this time, she needs to learn, some things aren't solved by throwing tantrums. Whoa, someone teased, so the groom-to-be is definitely skipping? Chin Nai didn't answer. Default yes. Until another friend, uncertain, tested the waters. Old Chin, you really going to let it get this ugly? You and Sue Ran, so many years. We've been waiting for your wedding forever. He paused, adding a half-joking guess. You being so stubborn, not considering someone else. Like, our secretary Chi. Mr. Lee Chi Shuyu drew out his name with a coy laugh. Don't joke like that. Chin, he knows what he's doing. Those last words, soft and meaningful. Chin Nai didn't explain. Knowing laughter rippled through. Another male voice chimed in, echoing the sentiment. Honestly, Nai's already pretty devoted. Anyone else would have lost patience years ago. Sue Ran just fights with you. What help is she? Not like our Shuyu. Smart, understanding, actually useful when it counts. Chi Shuyu cut in playfully, don't talk nonsense. The motion sensor light in the hallway had gone out. Darkness. I gently placed the file on the ground by the door. Pushed it just under the crack with my toe. Then turned and left. Chapter 8. Chin Nai looked at his phone screen again. The chat with me still ended with his last message. When you've thought it through, I'll come back. Something felt wrong. He knew me. Even when we fought, my silence always had a hint of wanting his attention. But 5 days since he moved out, I hadn't even posted on social media. Old Chin, a mutual friend, handed him a phone. Whoa, sister-in-law's wedding photos, incredible. Chin Nai snapped back. It was Lanlan's post. 9 pictures. The center one was me in my wedding dress. Standing in front of a sunlit window. Light poured down, bathing me in a soft glow. I looked down, gaze resting on my own hand touching the satin. A slight smile on my lips. Beautiful. A kind of beauty he hadn't seen in me for a long time. All anxiety washed away. Settled. Peaceful. Likes and comments flooded in from mutual friends. Ran is stunning. Chin Nai is so lucky. Congratulations. Finally. Lanlan's posts had always blocked him. He couldn't see. But he could glimpse the commotion through others' phones. A surge of inexplicable anger rose. She was serious. And this public? TCH, going all out. He smirked. Let her. I won't go. See how she plays this solo. The friend laughed awkwardly. Nai, why bother? Some things you can't indulge. Chin Nai cut him off. Especially with people stirring the pot. After this blows over. He paused, meaningfully, I'll make her understand who she should keep her distance from. In his mind, Lan was already marked as the bad influence who needed removal. October 28th. The day after those photos. Chin Nai woke early. Early in the year, my parents had visited. Over dinner, they'd hinted, the best day left this year was the end of October. After that, next year. Back then, he just smiled and served them food. Casually said no rush, plenty of time. Thinking, marriage was too important to leave to some old calendar. He never thought I'd actually listen. And actually pick that day. His friends' calls and messages poured in. Nai, really not going? We're ready. Just say the word. Want us to arrange cars? Still time to head over. He snorted. Replied in the group chat, what's the rush? Let her wait. Imagining me in my wedding dress, anxiously pacing the decorated room, checking the time over and over, expectant and nervous. His sense of punishment grew. Let her really panic. Then she'd never act out again. Until someone suddenly shared a screenshot in the group. Lanlan's latest post. A bedroom, warm and festive. She characters and heart balloons floating. Rose petals scattered on the bed. Sunlight streaming through the curtains, warm and sweet. Caption, my girl, be happy. Groom, hurry up. The group exploded. Holy crap, it's really set up. This atmosphere. Nye, I can't watch you miss this. Chin Nye. Be a man. Don't blow it. Address. We'll go with you. Phone light illuminated Chin Nye's face. He stared at the picture. Fingers tightening. Every detail in that room called for a groom. He imagined walking in. The crowd's cheers. My surprised eyes. He turned to look at the dressing room. That custom suit hung in the most visible spot. Tie, cufflinks, shoes, all ready. A week ago, he didn't know why, but he told his assistant to prepare them. Now, his friends were hyping him up. That tense string inside him seemed to loosen. He typed back, tone still reluctantly annoyed, all right. Enough noise. As if pressured into compromise, wait, I'll change. He walked to the dressing room. His pace quicker than usual. He didn't notice. Buttoning his last shirt button, reaching for the jacket. His phone rang. A friend who'd gone ahead to scout. Old Chin. Why's your and Sue Rant's wedding house sold? Where do we pick up the bride? Chapter 9. Sold. Chin Nye didn't understand. Your place. Security said, ownership changed a few days ago. Chin Nye's hand froze midair. Changed? He frowned, not processing. Explain. Your apartment. The one you and Sue Ran lived in. Security said new owner. I asked where Sue Ran is, they had no clue. His friend's voice grew louder, incredulous. Old Chin. You guys move without telling us. Where do we pick up the bride? A thunderclap exploded in Chin Nye's mind. His friend's following words blurred. Sold. That apartment? The one they'd chosen together. Designed together. Slowly built together. The place they'd said would be their wedding home. He stood frozen. Old Chin. You there? What do we do? The voice kept pressing. Chin Nye's throat moved. No sound came out. His eyes fell on the jacket, now on the floor. Address, get the new owner's contact. Or the agent. Now. He shouted into the phone, already stumbling toward the door. The house sold. She gave it up. Gave up the home they'd shared for 5 years, gave up him. The thought surfaced, and Chin Nye felt suffocated. He dropped all pretense. Desperately dialed my number. Once. Twice. 10 times. Always that cold, polite voice, the number you dialed is switched off. Off. On the day he was finally ready to pick up the bride. On the day he'd finally decided to surprise her. She turned her phone off. Chin Nye slammed his phone down. Reason grasped at one last hope. He drove to meet his equally confused friends. One rummaged through his car, finally pulling out a slightly creased invitation. Handed it over, eyes avoiding him. Nye, Sue Ran left this in my car. Since you said you weren't going as groom, I just. Chin Nye snatched it. His eyes locked onto 4 characters. Chin Su Union. His heart clenched, then loosened. Chin, him. Hiding the dress, selling the house, turning off her phone. That wasn't like her. Definitely Lanlin's doing. Trying to scare him. But the name on the invitation couldn't be faked. He closed his eyes. Opened them. Forced calm. Where to now? Place is sold. New owner won't let us make trouble there. House stuff can wait. Deal with it after the wedding. Priority now, pick up his bride. To the hotel. He jabbed a finger at the venue name on the invitation. Voice steady. Let's go. Move. In the car, he sat in the back, repeatedly tracing Chin Su on the invitation. His fragile certainty settled. Yet a strange unease clung. If the invitation was sent, why was her phone off? Why wasn't Lan Lan answering either? These doubts seeped into his warming blood like ice shards.